Hello. The video we're about to show you will demonstrate several different types of kitchens that can be used during disaster situations. We can use church kitchens, school kitchens, or mobile trailer kitchens such as this one. This first kitchen we're going to show you is one of our mobile trailer kitchens. In California, we have 4 trailers very similar to this one. Each one can prepare anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 meals per day, and sometimes more. Once we have a pre-selected site, we'll move this trailer onto that site, open the back door, open the side door, and then we'll have a team of people to move all the equipment out under a canopy and set up our kitchen. Here's a very quick overview of moving the trailer into place and getting ready for the team to set up. When we first arrive, we are usually in a vacant parking lot, and we typically have a team of 8 to 10 people helping with the setup. Notice how tightly packed the trailer is. Packing a trailer is like working a jigsaw puzzle to make sure everything fits in, and each trailer should have a packing diagram to help with repacking. Here are the ground burners being moved out, and next will come the oven. This equipment is very heavy and should never be handled by yourself. Always use teamwork for this task. For safety reasons, it is essential that propane is handled correctly. Notice that 2 straps are used for securing the tanks. When setting up the tanks, they must be secured to an immobile object, and city inspectors will check for this. If you're interested in becoming an equipment mechanic or learning more about propane, classes are offered to teach those skills. Here's the completed setup of the sanitation area. And here's the kitchen area. This kitchen has 2 tilt skillets, 2 ovens, a warming oven, and 4 ground burners. Prior to cooking, all equipment must be cleaned and sanitized and checked to ensure they are operating correctly. There are also administrative tasks to complete, such as signing the roster, having a team meeting, and a devotional by our team chaplain. This morning, before noon, our priority is to get the sack lunches made.
Get to work, all you people. God is speaking. Put into action the word I covenanted with you when you left Egypt. I'm living and breathing among you right now.
Also before cooking, our cambros, pots, and the utensils we will be using are washed and sanitized. At this point, the cambros can also be heated or cooled depending on what will be needed. Now we're ready to get started. In this next part of our video, you'll see some of our routine kitchen operations. Normally, we're asked to provide hot meals. However, sometimes we can also be asked to provide sack lunches. So you'll be seeing our team making sack lunches for 300 people, and then barbecue chicken, green beans, and mashed potatoes for dinner.
Make sure you got your gloves, no holes in those gloves.
No holes in the gloves.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm good.
We got a video of that.
It's all good right here.
Here is our pneumatic can opener. They are great for opening hundreds of cans quickly. However, as a caution, the lids are very sharp and shouldn't be put directly into a trash can, as they will cut the bags. Instead, place them in an empty can, as is demonstrated here. You'll see the team making our apple crisp. For smaller operations, we will sometimes provide hot desserts, but cookies and pudding are more typical for large volumes of meals. When serving canned foods, we try to never serve straight from the can. We add seasonings or other ingredients, in this case, bacon and onion.
I didn't get it all the way down.
And now we're starting our barbecue chicken.
So do we want to put it?
It was up across the street, so it was on the community, basically, what are they called, community-based
More salt?
Oh, it's over.
Just before the food is ready, we will call for a hot or cold Cambro to be brought over and get it lined and prepared. This is always a two-person job. Remember, you never touch the inside of the liner, even with gloved hands. And notice how we do not straighten or flatten out the liner inside the Cambro. Always leave it as is, and the food will push the liner into place. And put the lid back on the Cambro to keep the heat inside until the food is ready to go in. The temperature of meats and other foods is taken in several places around the tray to ensure all of it is at the correct temperature, which in this case is at 165 degrees. Food should be put in the Cambro as quickly as possible to keep it hot. We were a little slow this time. And lastly, the Cambro is taken out to its assigned pallet or other location. So as you've seen, we can move these trailers into position pretty quickly and get set up and providing meals to people in need. Now we'll move on to our next type of kitchen, which is our rapid response trailer. This next kitchen is our rapid response kitchen. It's the newest kitchen to our fleet. It's very much like a food truck in that the equipment is secured inside the trailer. It doesn't come out like with our other kitchens. This kitchen can produce up to 500 meals a day. Now, if we did need to have more meals cooked, we can bring this kitchen and set it up into place within a matter of just short hours. And then we can also pull a separate kitchen alongside of it within a day or so to set up and even cook more meals. Okay, here we are inside the rapid response trailer. As you can see, all the equipment is mounted inside the trailer. Over here, we have 2 convection ovens. Each one has 5 racks, so we can cook a lot in these ovens. Next, we have a flat top grill. We can cook a lot on that. Hamburgers, pancakes, French toast, whatever we want. Underneath are standard ovens. All right, next we have our tilt skillet. It's just like other tilt skillets. When the food is done cooking, we can tilt it up and let the food come out into a Cambro or any other waiting container. And here's our refrigerator that can also be used as a freezer. We have a water heater, a 3-part sink for washing, rinsing, sanitizing, and next to that, a hand washing sink. Here's our commercial coffee maker. And here's Sherry, one of our cooks. She's taking hamburgers out that we've cooked for the group. She's already checked to make sure they're at 165 degrees. To keep them hot, we're going to put them in a different pan, wrap them up, and put them in the conventional oven. While this is taking place, right next to this oven in the tilt skillet, we're starting our green beans. Here's the bacon for the green beans. Doesn't it look good? You can almost smell it. And here's Dave doing some washing before we start serving. And now we're serving out the window. For this meal, we have hamburgers, green beans, French fries, and a salad. That's just a quick overview of our rapid response kitchen. Now we'll move on to a larger version of one of our kitchens. This next kitchen we're going to show you is also a mobile trailer kitchen, but what makes it different is that several kitchens were combined to make one very large kitchen. This particular kitchen was in Florida after Hurricane Michael in 2018, where we were cooking up to 15,000 meals per day. But before we go there, have you seen any of our shower trailers yet? That's what this is. Come on in and let me have you take a look. All right, so this is our shower trailer. It can be moved anywhere the truck can tow it to. It's a really awesome unit. It's new. It has hot and cold water. It has heating and air conditioning, everything you could want in a shower. Okay, let's move on to that Florida kitchen now. This is what we would refer to as a mega kitchen. This is when we bring multiple kitchens together to operate as one very large kitchen. This is what we would do if we need to serve more than 5,000 meals per day. As we scan around the site, there's where our Red Cross people set up. Here's one of our 2 kitchens that was cooking mostly vegetables. This would normally be a very busy site, but right now the people are on a break. They had a long morning. And next to this kitchen is our second kitchen that was cooking mostly our proteins, meats, things like that. On this particular day, we had cooked pulled pork and barbecued chicken. Let's just take a look at what some of our cooks here are doing. We're stirring. There's our blue cap, Chris. And here we have some Cambros staged, ready to be used when they're ready, already tagged. And we come outside the tent, and we have another staging area. We have people right ready to go to pull those Cambros out of the kitchen for us. And those Cambros come out here and get set up on pallets where the Red Cross herbs will come through, pick them up, and take them out to the sites, wherever they need to go. Out there in the corner is our sanitation area. Everything that needs to be washed ends up there in sanitation. Those are hardworking people. They do a great job. And these trucks are what we consider to be our warehouse, where we store dry goods, cold food, refrigerated and frozen. And then we have a tent where we had all of our meetings. Behind that tent is where we would have our washers, dryers, and our showers. And lastly, here's one of our menus. And this is pretty typical of what we would be serving every day. So as you can see, with the kitchens that we have available to us, we can cook anywhere from a handful of meals a day to 15,000 or even more. Thank you for your interest in disaster relief mass feeding, and we hope to see you at the next deployment.